This is how misogynistic I used to be. I used to literally, you ever see the movie Californication or show? Yeah, I was that. I was like Hank Moody. I was like,
wait, you were having sex with like every woman left, right, and center?
No, I was using his techniques of misogyny, right? I would be like, I made you come with one finger. Imagine what I could do with two. Like I would literally say this shit.
Welcome to Help Me, I'm Single. I am matchmaker and dating coach Blaine Anderson, and we are here to help brave and occasionally incompetent singles figure out their dating lives. Today, Salim will be joining us to discuss how he became a reformed misogynist, why being too fun is holding him back with women, and how he knows he's definitely not gay, despite everyone, including his mom, asking if he is. Here to help me audit his dating life is my dear friend and the hilarious comedian Lauren Compton, who's gonna tell everyone why taking leftovers on a first date is an ick. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Salim. I'm 37. I live in Chicago, and I'm an IT support analyst for a law firm.
And welcome to Help Me, I'm Single.
And welcome to Help Me, I'm Single.
Well, let's get into it. Salim, thank you for being here with Lauren and I.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
We're super excited to dive in. So let's just start off by what brought you here today? What can we be helpful with in your dating journey?
So in my dating journey, a lot of the times, just because I'm such an energetic, very fun person, like I'll get dates, I go on dates and stuff, but it never leads past like physical. Like it's just fun and games, and then it just like kind of just disappears.
What do you mean it never leads past physical? Like once you sleep together, it's over?
No. Like, so it will be like a physical thing. Like there's it's like not getting to know, not allowing for me to be, so like when I'm vulnerable and stuff, it's like, oh no, I like just fun with you. Like you not looked at me as a valid like dating potential, like partner.
Got it.
It's more of like the fun pal on the side. You know what I mean?
So you're like emotionally unavailable?
I'm not emotionally unavailable. But I guess because of how I like go about, like I'm very enthusiastic about fun things, and like I do a lot of fun activities. Maybe I'm giving some subconscious thing off of saying like that I'm not ready for commitment.
You're getting subconscious fuckboy?
I don't.
Maybe that's what we're here to find out.
I don't know. I mean, like, because I'm not a fuckboy. Like, I am a person who like is, like I want to wake up with the same person. Like that's how.
Yeah. What are your dating goals?
My dating goal is I want a life partner. Like, I don't want just a regular, like it's like a job versus career, right? I want a career in my partner, right? So like, I want to be able to prioritize, like myself, but also them as well, like complementary, right? So I think that's what makes a good partner is like you're actively listening to each other, and you're like supporting each other on your goals and stuff. And it might be because like I'm in the entertainment industry of like, I love making people laugh. I love making people like, I'm the don't think twice guy, right? Like I'll say what's on my mind. That's why I was saying earlier, like you can't say the wrong person, the right people, right? And maybe that's scaring off my future potential, possibly. You know what I mean? Okay,
well, let's get into it. Let's break down what could possibly be happening.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about the last date you went on.
So last date I went on was, we had met at like a fashion show. I tend to like make sure I'm like doing things different. Mm-hmm. Like I want to make different neural pathways, right? And like do things that are fun and interesting.
Hold on, are you gay?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No. The fact that you bring that up,
it's the rainbow outfit and that you met at a fashion show that made me ask. But that's
No, you're
normal.
not. You're not the first person who's asked this, right?
Oh, really?
So,
How many people
100%.
How many people are asking if you're gay?
A lot of people have asked it from afar because, like, I'm a person.
What do you mean from afar?
So, like, I rock a Speedo at, like, music festivals.
Hell
like,
yeah.
just a Speedo. Like, I.
Very Italian.
Wait, like
Very-
in sneakers, like a Speedo?
Like, yeah,
and
sneakers, yeah,
Like, and your
sneakers.
Louis Vuitton sneakers.
Yeah.
Get those sneakers up for the people to see. That's
Yeah.
the Louis Vuitton sneaker we have.
But it's like, don't get these wrong. These aren't real. These are like
Those are knockoff Louis Vuitton
I saw
sneakers?
I saw the ones that I wanted, and I looked at the price. It was like 10 grand. I'm not paying 10 grand for shoes. So I was just like, I'll find these on Etsy. So I
That's
bought
how
them
you're
on
not
Etsy.
gay, because gay guys would pay 10 grand for Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, exactly.
shoes.
And I was just like,
Confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna pay 10 grand for Louis Vuitton shoes. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Not gay.
Not gay. Yeah.
Not gay.
Here's another thing that will confirm that I'm not gay. So when I was younger, I used to question it. No, I used to question it because, like, you know, people are like, that's gay or whatever. You know, like, oh, I was like rocking out to like Ricky Martin. I'm like, this is a bop, and they're like, that's gay, bro. Like, and I'm just like, maybe I am gay. When I was younger and I like kissed a bunch of dudes, it wasn't for me. So now I know.
Okay.
You know
Wait,
that.
so you've confirmed it.
Oh, I've confirmed it. Yeah, I'm 100. Yeah.
How old were you when you were kissing dudes?
It was like right after AmeriCorps.
Right after what?
It was in AmeriCorps. So when I was in AmeriCorps,
What is AmeriCorps?
it's like the domestic Peace Corps.
Oh.
Okay.
So I did that after high school. And I was like based out of Denver. And actually I had a project in Austin. That's how I like lived here in 2008.
Okay.
But I was like 18. So I
Okay.
was like, yeah, I was
You
like,
had
I was
your
an adult.
experimental
Oh yeah, I was
experimenting. Not for you.
Not for me. Nah, dudes
Okay.
aren't for me. Nah.
I actually believe you more having you said, like, I tried it and it wasn't for me, as opposed to just being like, no, I'm not gay. Not
Yeah.
gay.
Well, a lot of people, you know, the more like people are resistant, it's like I think they're more curious, like projecting curiosity, right? It's
Yeah.
like, no, for me, I know for a fact it wasn't. Guys' lips are
Was it
not
the rough
for me.
lips? Like, was it the beard?
No, it's not for me. I mean, I've been in improv scenes too, when it's just like, I mean, I literally perform with my friend, and I was like performing, and we were playing two fraternity bros, and I was like, dude, I love you, and there was nothing else we could do, but we kissed on stage. It's like, yep, still not gay.
I
It's
love
not
that we
for
have
me.
spent so much of this podcast talking about how you're not gay.
I like that you were committed to your improv skit, so committed that you were
Oh,
like,
I'm
I'm going to kiss this
100%,
dude. I
right?
think a lot of people would have called the scene there.
I'm 100% like, I'm all in or I'm all out. Like that's
This is like
how I
that
am as a
Andy
person.
Samberg song, Not Gay.
I don't know what that's.
Dude, oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's a whole song about how he's not gay and how he like, have you ever heard this song?
Never heard
You
it.
guys have to go listen to Andy Samberg's song, Not Gay. It is so
what it
funny.
sounds like.
Yeah. This is,
That should be your
yeah,
soundtrack
It's
if
him
people
just
keep
affirming,
Not gay, yeah.
not gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, even like my parents would act like they're like, why do you dress gay when you're not gay? And I was like, what does that mean?
Because you're fun, and we've
Yeah.
established that you're fun.
So I don't know, but like it's just weird to me that that's the conclusion that people draw, right, from afar. But no, when I go on dates and stuff, the last date we did meet at a fashion show. Let's get back to it. And girl actually ended up being Turkish, which was funny. Usually I don't.
Turkish?
Yeah, I am Turkish. But I don't go for like Turkish girls generally because it's like culturally it's very different, right? So
But
like,
you're Turkish.
yes, but I was born in the States. So like I have to serve in the military. I have to do that. I have dual citizenship. But when I was out and about, it was like I recommended to the DJ of a song. It's by Mehmet Orhan. It's called Shushkin. You may have heard it if you like listen to house and stuff. But that came on, and I'm the person who I love like bringing the energy up in the room because it's so lame to just like sit there and like, if you're going out dancing and you're not dancing, why are you doing that? Why are
Amen.
you just sitting there?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like,
But I get like that also is the emphasis on people being like, is this gay guy on the dance floor? Like,
You're
That
having
might-
it
so much
down.
fun.
I have so much fun.
gay guys have more fun.
Maybe you need to do less fun things. Play chess. You know, like maybe you need to go do things to bring it down a notch. That should be your next date night.
Yeah, chess match.
No one play chess on the next date. I am here to give that advice. Do not do that.
A chess match? That sounds
Over
awful.
coffee?
Okay.
Oh.
So you met this girl at a fashion show. Tell us how you approached her.
So actually, she approached me afterward. She saw that and she's like, "Sen Türk misin?" And I was like, "Yes, I am Turkish." And that means, "Are you Turkish?" in Turkish. And so we went on and she like went over to like hang out with her friends or whatever. And I just continued to dance because I'm like, I'm here. Like I'll go to my friends' events and stuff because they're all like, you know, DJs, producers. I'm a creative. I support other creatives, right? Like that is something that I think creatives must do. Otherwise creatives will cease to exist. And so I'm there and I'm there to support my friend DJing. And my friend wasn't DJing, but it was a different DJ. And I'm just going at it. Like I'm just having it's the freest fun. Like, you know, many people ask if I do a lot of cocaine. It's like, no, cocaine does me. Like I don't do cocaine. It's just not my.
Cocaine does me?
Yeah. So like when people think of doing cocaine, they're literally doing what I do, like out and about, like free and
that's just your normal.
That's just my normal.
Mode of
yeah.
operation.
I think it's ADHD. Like it's definitely the hyperactivity. But it's like the amount of times that I get asked for drugs is ridiculous. It's just like, no, it's not. And it's a shame that we jump to that conclusion.
If you're having fun, you must be on cocaine.
Exactly. If you're having fun, man, what drug are you on? It's like, I don't know. I just dance for 12 hours. I don't know what
Drug
to tell
life,
you.
man.
12 hours?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm literally here in Austin for a techno house music event. Like, that's why I'm here.
Wow.
And you'll just be dancing for
I will
12
be
hours
dancing
straight.
the whole time. But like, that's the thing is like, I want someone like a partner that can like, they're probably not going to be able to dance 12 hours. All right. Let's just be honest. But
without drugs.
yeah,
12 hours
without drugs.
Without drugs.
yeah, without drugs, I do that. But I want someone who like, you know, who can not be threatened by like my energy, right? Like I'm a very high energy person. And it's like, but I also believe that to the right person, you're not, right? You're not going to be that.
They're
It's
not
not
going to
be
think you're
off-putting.
too much. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I feel.
Yes, but I want to come back to that because there is a certain energy that you may be bringing to the first few dates that is feeling too much, even to somebody who once they get to know you would understand that's who you are. Like if you're coming to the first date and like, well, let's talk more about this and talking about your last date, but like, and you're like, go, so much energy and you're not able to like sit with the calm and really get to know the person and let the person also open up because like your energy is so big, that could be something that's potentially a problem with why relationships aren't advancing.
Past the fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe save that for like a third or fourth date.
The 12-hour dance marathon.
Well, we're not going to go on a 12-hour dance marathon for a date. It's like.
So what does a first date look like for you?
First date, usually I like doing things that, you know, like I'd say there's a new restaurant opened or something, right? It's like, hey, Itaki just opened in the West Loop. You know, I would like to go. You want to come 8 p.m., 8 p.m. Friday? Question mark, right? Like I use text for logistics. Like I don't use
Sounds like you took that from one of my reels.
I did take that definitely from you.
Texting is only logistics.
It is only logistics because like what I found myself in the past is like when I was texting consistently, you fall in admiration to the idea of someone versus being with that person, right? Because true connection happens, like nonverbal communication's like so important, right? And you don't get that over text. Like you can use these emojis and stuff, but it's like.
I see that all the time with clients like, oh, I'm really hung up on this girl. Like I know so much about her. Like we have so much in common. I'm like, okay, how many dates you've been on? I'm like, well, we haven't met yet. And I'm like, You're
What?
hung up on a girl? Well, we've been talking for 3 weeks. What the hell are you doing talking to somebody that you haven't met in person for 3 weeks? Like, absolutely, like, you need to get in person because it's very likely it's not going anywhere. And you can realize that before you get attached to the idea of the person because you're having these extended texts. Okay, so back to this Turkish girl. Let's, like, diagnose this specific last almost relationship that didn't work out. She approaches you. You go back to the dance floor. You're fist pumping on the dance floor. She's hanging out with her friends. Then what?
Yeah. So then I find her later on to talk to her more. And we talked. And then I got her. I was like, you know, I go up and I'm a person who's not shy to get your number. But I also don't go out with that intention. Right. Because like if I get your number and then you're boring later, it's like, that's a waste of both of our times. So I wait until like, I think energy frequency is something that I really pay attention to. Generally, people are much more calm than me. And maybe
on
that's
less cocaine.
Yeah. They're doing downers. They're smoking indica coming to the table.
So, but it's like, if I'm excited about something, like I'm bringing that energy, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to bring that energy and I don't want that to be something that like kind of puts up like I don't know, like a wall or something like to advance it into a relationship. And then subconsciously it might be happening that way, right? First thing I invited her to is I was like, there's an Italian place at West Loop. Let's go this way. And then it was called like Alla Vita. And then Alla Vita has like a really long line.
You mean Olive Garden?
Nope.
Hilarious.
That would be
if that's
super
what he
funny.
meant.
Alla Vita, Olive Garden. No, it's
You've heard of it.
You've heard of it. Unlimited
It's
breadsticks.
not Olive Garden.
You've heard of it. Unlimited breadsticks. But it was, you know, like one of those places that there's a lot of reservations and stuff, and they book out like a month in advance. So I was like, I looked at times and whatnot, and then I was like, well, that's not going to work. So let's have a backup plan. So we went to a backup plan.
Wait, you got there and then you weren't able to get in?
No.
Okay,
This is
you
prior.
invited her and then you're like, okay, scratch that. Can't get a reservation. Let's go here instead.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Thank God.
After she agreed to and then
hung the bait of like this really exclusive restaurant. And she's like, I'm in. And then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, so we're going to Olive
Just
Garden.
kidding. I'm going, yeah.
Typo.
that would be some fuckboy behavior. That would be not great. And
I'd still go. I'd be like,
Unlimited breadsticks
cool.
for
Yeah,
Lauren.
I'm like, yo, I like the Zupa Supa. Let's check it out. Okay, but anyway, continue.
so then we went to another, I was like, how's this Italian place sound, right? Because I don't know if she has any like dietary restrictions.
And you can't ask that via text.
You
before the
can't,
first
nope,
date.
you don't
It's
ask
nice that you even think about that.
Yeah.
I emphasize my person as a thoughtful person. I'm a thoughtful individual. So yeah, it's make sure everything's good. It's good. And then we went, and then we shared a pizza, it was like fig.
It's okay. So you ate at this restaurant and then what?
Ate at the restaurant. Then I walked her home, kissed her on her forehead, and let
Kissed
her.
her on her forehead.
Well, because if you're not making a lot of physical touch during the day, like you're cross, it's almost like an interview, right? Rather than sitting next to them. So I like want people to feel comfortable, right?
Yes.
Rather than.
Were you guys vibing at dinner?
We were vibing. But
The forehead feels like I'm kissing my child goodnight kiss, not like a necessarily romantic. I feel like the cheek is even more of like a kiss you goodbye. On the forehead feels a little
feel childish,
cutesy,
feel infantile.
or like almost like you already know each other really well, and it's like,
And y'all are just friends.
yeah, okay. I'm
Ah.
not
No,
upset.
I can't even say that because if a friend kissed me on my forehead,
I would
it'd
be
be
like,
so fucking
"Excuse
weird.
me, what's going on?
You're right. Yeah, no.
Like,
I don't know.
imagine if I
A
kissed
forehead,
you on your forehead.
I'd be like, Blaine, I'm not your daughter. But yeah, I agree. Forehead's weird.
Okay. Well, maybe.
But that's okay. That's what you did. You kissed her on the forehead and then what?
Kissed her on forehead. And then
Was it a long hug? Did she like linger in your arms?
I would say it was a medium paced hug. Like it wasn't extremely long, but it wasn't short.
Yeah.
But on the way, we had leftovers and stuff too. And so there was actually a homeless person.
This
And
is
What?
That's a red flag for me.
Taking the
food
leftovers
on your first date. On your first date with someone, leave the food.
Leave the food.
I have to agree.
All right.
But who wanted to take the food, you or her?
No, I mean, we both didn't want it to go to waste. So I was like, do you want it? And she was like, no. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll take it. So I took it. There were two separate packages, right?
Lauren, can you tell us why taking the food is
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
an ick?
I think that it's like it's saying that you're gonna. It has something to do for me, like financially. Like you're gonna take your food home. You don't want to waste the money that you just spent. And so you're gonna take it home and you're gonna eat it later. I think that leftovers, when you take leftovers, it's when you're like in a relationship. And then both of you are like, are you going to eat this pizza later? And then you can have it as a snack the next day when you're like already established. But as a first date, you just eat whatever you want. And if there's leftovers, you can leave them there and then you can go your separate ways.
Huh.
But I think for a lot of people, it's an ick.
I have like definitely heard women say that. And I can't even, like, that was a good articulation of why. And it's hard to like, I would feel like almost bad being like, never take your leftovers. It's disgusting. But I do think it's kind of unattractive, and it's like I can't even put words into it. It just feels a little like, okay, like I don't want to
petty almost.
Yeah,
like
envision you eating this in your sweatpants on your couch later, unless you're like already dating.
Yeah, and I know what you were about to say is that you gave it to a homeless person.
Yeah,
which is very chivalrous and it's a really nice gesture. But as far as the girl goes, like her perception of a guy taking food to go, it's a little weird on your first date.
Okay.
Who knew? Now
Who
you
knew?
know.
Now I know. I never.
Okay, but that's nice. And you saw like a homeless guy. Was he asking for food? And you're like, oh, here, have this.
Well, I was asking for money. I was like, I have pizza.
And he was like,
I
I'll take
gave
it.
him-
You went home, you kissed her on the forehead. Then how did you separate?
And then I took an Uber from her place to my own, like where I
Was
live.
there a follow-up text?
Yeah. I let her know. I was like, thanks for thanks for the evening. And I usually say, let me know when you get home safe, but I know she got home safe because I literally took her home safe. And I was like, I actually said, I'm home safe. And then thank you. Right. Thank you for everything. Let me look at the schedule, or what we talked about a second kind of.
We love that. Teeing up the second date on the first date.
You always,
Right?
I mean,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So we talked about second thing, and then, get that. We'll touch base when it's closer to the week, right? Cause it's like, let me know your schedule. I'll handle the rest. I think women like when you make the plan. And especially because it shows initiative, right? So like I'm like that person. Let me know your schedule. I'll handle the rest. Like literally, as direct as it comes. So it's like, because if they're not interested, they're not going to let you know their schedule, right? They're going to be
So
like,
did she let you know her schedule?
yeah, she let me know her schedule. We did. And then it took a while for us to hang out again, actually. But we did.
Just because of like logistics?
Yeah, just because of logistics or whatever. I also was like going to Malta. I was going to like improv festival. But we stay in touch, right? But it's like very minimal text. It's not like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? Like that sort of thing. Because I think that's like, I know from just my past of like, when you're over analyzing things, it's your own insecurity that's like, and then the reasons you are texting is like to get confirmation of like your own insecurity.
Yeah, like are they going to answer?
Are they
going
gonna
to answer questions back?
Exactly.
Back? Totally. Okay, so fast forward, you end up hanging out again. How many dates do you go on in total?
It was like 3. I think it was 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay, and then what happened? So what was the second date?
So I took her to Ace Bounce. We do ping pong, and then we like have happy hour and stuff. And then
That
after,
sounds fun.
Yeah, it does
I know
sound like a fun date.
told you I'm a fun
You
person.
are a fun
I'm a
person.
very fun person.
We love this.
And it's just like, I'm too fun, I guess. But so we did that. And then let's do something, right? Like, I'm not like, let's do something. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I said like, you want to go for a walk or something, right? You want to go for a walk. It's a nice day. Let's go for a walk. You want to get a matcha or coffee or something like that. To show that I can do calm things, right? To like vary the energy, because if I'm doing the same consistent thing, it's gonna get boring, right? Even if we're doing.
Well, it's also nice, like after you've been on a few dates, it's like keep it a little casual. Like, oh, it's just like I just got back from a trip. Like, I just want to see you. Let's just meet up real quick.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Let's go on a walk. Okay.
So let's go on a walk, and then
At this point, has there been any more kissing besides the forehead kiss?
there hasn't been any. No, not like there was no lip kissing with this one.
Never?
Not with her. No.
Oh.
Because well, she literally said like, you're too energetic, you're too fun. Like, she literally said that, and I was like, huh?
Okay, so it sounds like I was onto something with my initial diagnosis.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like
I feel like you're too fun is a nice way to say like your energy overwhelmed me.
I think so. I think you're on. I mean, as I self-reflect this moment, right? I think so. I think definitely. And it seems like a subconscious pattern too. Have
you had that feedback before? Like similar feedback to like, you're doing a lot. Like I need like my I don't know, like something along the lines of I need a little calmness, or I don't have like the capacity right now, or.
I've heard that we're not compatible because you're too energetic.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, well then I'm not going to pursue this, right?
Do you drink coffee?
That actually puts me to sleep.
What?
Yeah.
So you don't drink caffeine either?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Maybe you should be drinking some coffee then. If it puts you to sleep, tone things down.
It like brings me down to base level. No, yeah, it's I think possibly it's like in the next time I go on a date, next time I'm interested in someone, I'll go to and I'll do something calmer. I'll do, I think like picnic dates and stuff are cool too, but it's like, I also don't want to just like hide who I am to like.
No, but I don't think it's about hiding who you are. I think you're absolutely right. Like the right woman for you isn't going to think you're too much. But if you come and you show up and you take up all the space, there's only so many words that can be shared and so much energy that can be had in a relationship or in a room. And if it feels like you're stifling her, or like she's not able to express herself and you're not getting to know her on a deeper level, then I can see why that energy could be off-putting. Mm-hmm. So it's not about not having it and like not being yourself, but it's just about peeling back the layers. Like as you get to know her, as you get to know each other, you can share these exciting parts about yourself, but it can be a bit distracting early on.
So like more mystery, less history?
I like that. Yes. More mystery, less history. I don't know. Are you oversharing as well?
No, I used to do that.
What type of things did you used to overshare?
I mean, I overshared it all. I mean, I was pretty much like an open book of like saying, situation of like never being in love. That's sort of like all the.
Have you never been in love?
I had never been in love.
Had never or have never?
Have never been in love because for the longest time, I didn't love myself as a whole. So I would project my own insecurities as like faults of somebody else. Mm-hmm. Right. So. But I didn't realize that until I started reading about like attachment styles, and doing shadow work. So,
what is the longest relationship you've ever been in?
6 months, I think.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
Why do you think that your relationship only lasted 6 months?
I don't think it was like the emotional connection wasn't there, possibly because I wasn't. Like I was vulnerable, but it was more so like not being, like being vulnerable, but like an open book and like sharing the history versus like leaving any mystery to like, well, this is kind of like baseline now. Like I know what to expect.
So did you get bored?
Possibly. No,
who broke up with who in that situation?
That was a mutual thing.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, it was just like there was distance involved as well of like
like a long distance relationship?
It was going to be long distance. So we were in the same area first, but it was going to be long distance.
Y'all were moving
Yep, exactly.
away from each other.
Exactly. Yeah, literally. Yeah. So
It just didn't make sense to continue.
no.
But without that, you touched on something. You said like the emotional connection wasn't there. And that goes back to kind of what I was saying before, where it's like when you're going on dates, like women absolutely want fun. If they're not having fun on a date with you, like they're not going to go for a second or a third or a fourth date. But there also has to be an emotional connection. And sometimes if you're having so much fun, then there isn't space for those quiet, vulnerable moments of connection, of sitting in silence and feeling comfortable together. I personally would never be able to be with somebody who couldn't sit in silence. Like sometimes I just need to not talk and sit in silence. And so if it feels like you're trying to fill every second with talking and with fun and with energy, like I think that could feel really exhausting for someone who doesn't know you.
That's a good point. I mean, I can definitely sit in silence and stuff, like and sit, but it's like it's not my choice. Like it would be more so to just like respect the space, right? Because if you have a big personality like mine, right, and it's exactly what you're saying, it's the same thing on an improv stage. If you have your Chris Farleys, you can't have a bunch of Chris Farleys on stage. You have to have a grounding energy. And I mean, that's what I want in a partner, is like somebody who like is like the sand. So like I'm the hot air balloon. They're like the sandbags that like hold down my hot air balloon.
Yeah, if you had somebody else
It's a
who
compliment.
was on your level, like you guys would be, I don't think you would think
Y'all would have an aneurysm. That would not, y'all wouldn't. There's
Too much.
there's no one on your level. You're gonna have to find someone that balances you out. In my opinion, you're gonna have to find someone who's like the yin to your yang.
And that's what
but
I'm like
can also
looking for.
keep up and go to the music festival.
That's
and go
the
to
thing.
the improv.
That's the thing, is like I do want some. I mean, like it's not opposite per se, but it's like you compliment.
A compliment. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where else are you typically meeting people? Are you using dating apps?
No, dating apps.
Not for you. I honestly, that's great. I love that answer.
Dating apps are. So I think I had paid and done dating apps in the past, and it's like I think I met like maybe 6 people from a total of all the dating apps, right? And it never, I don't know, it wasn't there. It didn't work out. So I'm like, why should I invest in this? Like personally, like I follow you, so in terms of do something you like doing, and then invite them with you. Like, right? It's like, I like playing pickleball. Pickleball's awesome, right? Invite them to play pickleball, right?
Or meet people there.
Meet people there. Yeah, I go to those singles IRL events, which are fun too.
Yeah.
Very fun. I'm gonna have the most fun. Like my mentality is I go out, you know, like how when you're on vacation, and you never know. Like I think when you're on vacation, you allow yourself to be the most authentic. I think you may have talked about this too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
have you taken my course or no?
No, never took your course.
Just curious. I'm pleasantly shocked that you're not like a massive over texter, like texting so much because you have so much energy. Like
I used to, I absolutely used to, but it's like, man, that's
learn.
way too much. I mean, there's points of like when I have, I mean, it's more of like the texting I use, it's for logistics. And it's also like, if I were in a relationship, it's like, oh, hey, I see some peonies. I know you like peonies. Look, I found peonies. Or I saw that, oh, it's the same cute dog I did that with that Turkish girl. Like, she loved that. She loved that I remember, because it's specific things, right? That you remember. That means you're listening.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like, for me, you know, going forward, it's like, be very cognizant of how much energy you bring and allow for the space.
Do you like run?
No, I don't run. I play beach volleyball a lot, and I played soccer.
You need to like run a half marathon or just do something to get like totally gassed before a date. So you're like chilling, like tired.
It sounds almost like you're hiding a little bit behind your energy. Like,
It could be.
Let's talk about what brought you here. Because, yeah, maybe there's something to this. Tell us about your past. Like, what was your childhood like?
So my childhood, I mean, my mom gave me unconditional love. My mom is an anxious attachment. My dad is avoidant. You know, roller
Classic
coaster.
combo,
Classic combo. But, you know, when I've taken the exams, I come out secure attached, which is interesting. And I think it's because of my mom's unconditional love. I think there was a portion when in the past, when I used to be anxious, like I used to chew the hell out of my collars, shirts, like had holes. Like it was like
as an adult or as a kid?
No, as a kid.
Okay.
This is as a child.
oh man.
Yeah. And then, you know, so having parents like mine, I use them as an example of like not really what I want. I mean, truly,
Are
because
they still together?
they are, but I think my mom, they just like deal with each other, right? I think it's cultural. I think there's other things to it. And so it's like, I use that as an example of, all right, so communication needs to be much more clear. So I make sure to communicate when I'm on dates and when, how I feel and that sort of thing. Like as a kid, I had so much energy. I was a ridiculous.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing
you can't
has
even
changed.
say as a kid. You are the same.
I'm the same child, same person. Yeah, I still have my baby skin. But it's when I wouldn't sit still. I just would not sit still. And I did swimming. Like swimming was like, it was like the most calm thing that I did. It was very discipline oriented. I played soccer and I hurt myself multiple times, like scar here, scar, all these different scars from different experiences. But I didn't really, like when I was 7 years, was I 7? No, I was 12. I was 12 years old. I was in 7th grade. 9/11 happened. I'm Turkish. That didn't really help growing up in Ohio. I'm going to tell you that. So for the longest time, I carried on into my adulthood. I carried on this grudge of the school district that I used to go to. And I would like super focus on it and like.
Wait, so backing up, what happened? You felt like in middle school and
Ostracized.
high school, people ostracized you for being Turkish.
Yeah, because I got called towelhead. I got called the SN. Like I got called it all, right?
Wow.
And
so I assume that wasn't great for your romantic prospects at the time?
nope, definitely not for that either.
So no girlfriends in high school?
Nope, I didn't have any girlfriends.
Man, 9/11 really sucked extra for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sucked super extra. But I found myself doing, and you might know a lot of people who do this, self-deprecation to like, because you know the punch is coming, you want to control the speed of the punch. So what I would do is I was like, oh yeah, it's because I'm Turkish or whatever, and yeah, we ride magic carpets, or like I would just dive in harder rather than like actually feel, because it hurt deep down for sure. Now, I live by a quote that I learned from Princess Diaries. I'm not gay. Princess Diaries.
I'm starting to understand why people are questioning your sexuality. If you're quoting Princess Diaries.
So,
while wearing
yeah,
pink.
but this was in Anne Hathaway's character, Mia Thermopolis Rinaldi, in the back of the in the back of the limo, right? She is crying, and then like Joe like goes over and he's like, "What's happening?" He's like, she's like, remember, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And now I carry that on into my adult life of like, if you don't give people the permission to make you feel bad, you can't. So that's where that went. And then it wasn't until like AmeriCorps when like I truly had like a girlfriend, right?
And so I also have a note here that you described yourself pre-college as a misogynist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was super misogynistic.
And did you feel like that came from like sort of the self-deprecating humor of like, okay, if girls aren't going to pick me, then like I'm just going to get ahead of it and be like, you know, women are the enemy. Like
That could be subconsciously where it comes from, for sure. Because, and I told Kayla this, like, I literally took women's studies class in university to hit on women because I knew that there would be so many women. And it was like me and another guy in that class. But Dr. Fazia Ahmed literally changed my life.
Wow. So you went into a women's studies class with the sole purpose of picking up girls.
100%.
And you left with a whole new respect for womankind.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
That's a good transformational moment.
Oh, it was,
What
it
your
was pivotal.
Like what came out of that class? Like what did the professor say or do, or like what really stood out to you that was like,
she really emphasized how, she was from a different culture. I think she was Pakistani. And she really talked about how the women are so just beat down
oppressed
consistently. And you don't really realize it, and you don't realize you're a part of the problem. Like this is how misogynistic I used to be. I used to literally, you ever see the movie Californication or show? Yeah, I was that. I was like Hank Moody. I was like,
wait, you were having sex with like every woman left, right, and center?
No, I was, I was
like
using his techniques of misogyny, right? I would be like, I made you come with one finger. Imagine what I could do with two. Like I would literally say this shit. Like,
but it wasn't working.
That did work, which was weird.
Did you pick up any girls in the class?
I did not, because they were all there to take credit. I became good friends with a couple of them, and then just like carried on that to a friendship. But yeah, I stay in touch with still one of them, Anita, but yeah, no, it didn't work. It didn't. My plan failed completely. But
so you idolized Hank Moody. Is that his name from California?
It was Hank Moody, and then also The Game. Did you ever read The Game?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Incredibly misogynistic book. What I can say as a positive from that is,
but it doesn't sound like those tactics were working for you.
Well,
you were like using that mentality and had that mentality, but you weren't like getting laid and getting girlfriends.
I wasn't getting girlfriends. I was having like one night stands and stuff, right? But not as on a consistent basis as like Hank Moody, right? So it wasn't like, but I think you're onto something because of, you know, what went on with me as like being misogynistic and stuff. I'm like, well, if you're not going to pick me, I'm going to just really dive into it. And that course, I mean, it changed my life. Like it bettered my relationship with my mom. One, it bettered my relationship with any other woman that I come across too. Because I had a conversation with one of my friends. Literally said, she's like, why does everything have to be sexual with you? And I was like,
is everything sexual with you though?
No.
But back then it was.
It was back then for sure. Yes. But you don't know you're a part of the problem until you're called out. You need to take that feedback. That's why I'm here, getting feedback.
So college was somewhat like a transformative moment that you went through.
That was university after that class was very transformative for me. And that was, so that really like changed kind of how I would go about things. Cause I used to be that person who's like, you know, would be saying misogynistic things like, you know, if she smokes, she pokes, like things like that. You know what I mean? Like seriously. But what was weird
what were some of your other sayings? If I can make you come with one finger, see what I can do with two. If she smokes, she pokes.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Are these like literally in the game? I don't think so.
No, those aren't in the game. What the game taught me was own who you are in a genuine manner, and people will find the interesting in you. So I think that's why I lead so much into my energy, right? Is because everybody, you know, I come across a lot of people, they're like, your energy is infectious. You have, and I'm very positive too. Like I like uplifting the room, and that's something that I dive into too. It's like, I'm going to make sure everybody has a good time. But you might be onto something. Maybe it's like masking something, right? On the underneath.
You know, like when you go to a beach bonfire, there's the guitar player, and then you have all the people sitting around, and the guitar player's playing really like awesome serenade music, and everyone's vibing, and then two people vibe and they kiss and they leave, and then two more people kiss and then they leave, and then before you know it, the guitar player who's bringing all the serenade and he's bringing all the fun and he's bringing all the vibes, he's there by himself at the end of the bonfire because he's been focused so much on playing guitar that he hasn't connected with anybody.
That's a great analogy.
Wow. Mic drop, Lauren.
But he's the guy that made it all happen, right? He lifted up all the people. He brought that vibe, and everyone was so appreciative, and everyone else found relationships. So you have to make sure that you're not always the guitar player serenading the bonfire. Like, you have to step out of that role and so that you can leave with someone.
It just kind of blew my mind.
Well, I'm usually more funny than that. But I mean,
yeah, that was my job, Lauren.
That was just my analogy for you, because it sounds like you're getting lost in the sauce of being the party. You need to
just had that feedback. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're fun, but you're too fun."
Go to the party. Don't be the party every single time. Like,
there's a time and place.
Yeah, I want you to be you. Like, at your wedding, fucking 12 hours fist pumping. That's your time.
Laser lights, pew pew
yeah,
pew.
yeah, like that's you.
Yep.
But like, if you're always doing an activity, like you're always playing pickleball or you're always playing ping pong or you go to the movies, you're not communicating with someone. You're bringing the fun, but you don't get to know someone across a net, or whether that's ping pong or pickleball or in a movie theater. Like, you're not. You need to find things, like Blaine said, like going for a walk or doing things. You're missing
the connection moments.
There may be an opportunity as well, like in those quieter moments. Like, do you feel like you are asking the women that you're out with questions, or do you feel like you're filling a lot of the space with sharing and talking?
I would say it's a combination. Like, I like to make sure I'm asking questions.
Okay, good.
Because it's got to be a two-way street. It can't be talking at someone. And I think that's what text does, is you're talking at someone rather than talking with someone. So like prior, if you're not able to hang out with someone, like I always want, or I'll talk to them on the phone, right? Because it's a conversation at least, versus a text is just texting at you. Now, if you asked me like 20 years ago, I'd have been like, texting is super important, but you learn, you live and you learn.
But you're listening. Like, I can tell that, you're giving advice on Reels and you're giving advice to clients and you're listening. You're taking the advice. You're doing logistics on text messaging. Like, you're putting in the work.
No, you've said so many things. That's why I was like, wait, have you taken my course?
Like, you're doing the right things. And
Yeah.
I think the energy and the fun is getting in the way of women getting to know the true you on, like, below the surface, and them feeling seen below the surface.
I think you guys are about, yeah.
How does that feel to you, though?
That feels like, because you don't understand what you're doing until you get an outside bird's eye perspective, right? So, and for people who, you don't know me, you don't know who I am, you can figure out who I am real quick. But giving that honest, it seems like you really hit something on the head. Like, go to the party, don't be the party.
Until you get married.
I'll get married.
Then you can be as fun as you want. Yeah. And like, being fun is so important. I feel like most of like the guys who I speak with who are struggling, like, they are having the opposite problem. Like, they'll show up and be kind of down, not bring enough energy, not show up, even to a phone call with me with like energy or spice. And like, I'm like, pick it up. And they're like, well, I'm not on a date with you. And it's like, yeah, but how you show up anywhere is how you show up everywhere.
Right.
And so like, what you bring it's electric. Like, you have so much energy. You're so positive. Like, I'm certainly not saying don't be those things. I just think you need to allow for a little more space in the room. So some ways to do that, like concrete ways, I think, like I liked Lauren's advice of like some calmer dates. Like I love an activity date, like third date and like one, and then the next one, it's like, let's just go on a walk and like sit and like look out at the water, like do something calm and like be comfortable. You said like you're okay with silence, like, but it's not your preferred like moment. Like work on having those quiet moments and just like when you find the great view that like sit and reflect on him and then ask her, you know, a thoughtful question and really make sure you're asking, not just talking. And I believe you that you're probably pretty good at that, but really a good date, I tell people to have her talking 70% of the time. Yeah. Because the more somebody's talking, the more they perceive the date to have gone well. And so you want her to leave feeling, oh, wow, he was really thoughtful. He really listened. He really heard me. I also want you to share about yourself, but don't be afraid to share some of the vulnerable moments, some of the things that you've learned from your childhood and even from, you know, like 9/11 and from being bullied, like how that has made you the man you are today.
That is great advice because that is exactly how my husband trapped me.
How?
We went on a date. We went paddle boarding.
Nice.
And so that was my idea. He asked me what I wanted to do. And I had been talking about how I wanted to go paddle boarding really, really bad. And so he took me paddle boarding. That was like totally my thing. And while we were paddle boarding, all he did was ask me questions about myself. And I just felt like I was so interesting and I had so much to say, and he just kept it coming, and all he did was listen for like the whole entire date. In fact, all he did was listen for 3 whole days. And he took me on these dates, and I just talked and I realized that I didn't know shit about him.
But you really liked him.
I liked him a lot because he made me feel so
empowered.
I was like, this guy thinks I'm so cool. He's continuing to hang out with me, and he's like and he was genuinely intrigued. Like he wasn't putting anything on or whatever. He was just digging and digging and digging. He'd be like, he was just so good at asking questions that I felt.
And that's an important skill because you definitely don't just want to be jumping from question to question like it's an interview and you're going through a list. Like you need to pull the conversational thread. Ask a follow-up question to what was just spoken about.
He had me just going on. Like I would just roll out with a million things to say because I was having a really good time. And I'm not a narcissist. It wasn't like the whole time I've never really
but you felt
been
hurt
with anyone that I've talked so much. And then I realized that I didn't know enough about him.
And you asked more
and then I
questions about
started to get to know him more. And so, but initially to all of my friends and everything, I would always say like, he is so interested in me. He has asked me so many questions. Like, I feel like he really knows me at this point. And so that drew me in to him. And and that was just like, he's also like a playboy. You know, before I met him, like he was very good at this. Like it
wasn't his first time asking
this
questions.
was not his first rodeo.
Yeah,
you know, that's just how he would get girls, and he was very good at it. And so, if I can give you like one of his weapons, his biggest weapon, it was that he made me feel really interesting, and that was cool. I wanted to keep seeing him.
The key to being interesting is to be interested. If you are interested in what somebody else is sharing and saying and doing, like they are going to find you more interesting as well.
It's weird how it works.
Yeah, I think, you know, to your point, but I do ask like I make sure that I do give space for questions. You know, like I do ask questions because I am thoughtful about that. But I think you guys definitely hit on the head of like, well, even if you are asking questions, if you're this big personality and taking up space, maybe they don't feel like that they can get to know you, the subconscious of you.
And I think it just feel exhausting after a while.
My mom says that all the time. She literally says,
you're
I exhaust
to be
her.
around?
I exhaust her. And I was like...
If your mom says that, then these girls are definitely picking up on that energy.
You're always going to be you. You're gonna be you. You're not gonna like totally change. I think being aware.
That's
Do you have a meditation practice?
Meditation, not really. I do like shadow work and I do journaling. So, I'll write down thoughts. I'll do free flow writing and stuff like that. That's more my meditation. But for me, because I'm an extrovert, like being alone is not like my alone time is with people. It's weird, but it also goes back to what you were saying. It's like, I have to be the party. The people have to be at the party, right?
You have to go to the party.
But I'm saying right now is what I'm doing. Yeah,
you are the party.
Exactly. I got to go to the party.
Yes.
Instead of be the party, right?
Yes.
And
you might find that you have more fun doing that.
Not trying to carry the party.
You might end up surprising yourself by going to the party and having a good time than being the party. I want to know. I want to follow up on that and know how your next experience is, because that could be kind of eye-opening for you.
No, it could be another aha moment, like women's studies was for me.
I think this is your next women's studies.
This is my right here.
Observe a little bit more.
This is going to be the moment in 20 years that you look back on and think it was women's studies. Help me, I'm single.
Blaine Anderson's podcast.
And then, whatever happens in your 50s. Also, can we have a moment for your beautiful bald head?
Sure.
It looks great. I sing it from the rooftops. Shave your head, gentlemen. If you are going bald, shave it. You can look this good. How long have you been bald?
I mean, I just recently started doing it for when volleyball, right? Because it's
the aerodynamic.
It's an all-over tan.
Well, I want it all. I want to be tan completely. I don't want this. I don't want tan lines. What
was going on before?
Oh, I definitely have receding hairline, baldness for sure. And I thought about going to Turkey. I mean, I'm Turkish, doing hair transplant, but what I realized is that's
actually where they do all the hair transplants.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not. What I realized is my hair is not my identity. Right? Your identity is still there. And so I'm like, I'm just going to embrace it. Screw it. I'm just going to shave it. And if I, have a meltdown when I'm 50 and need to, get a portion, go to get turkey to get.
Imagine turning 50 and going from totally bald to a full head of hair.
Yeah,
it's one thing when someone goes to Turkey and comes back with just an inch forward on their hairline.
Yeah.
Comes back with a full head. I'd be like, what?
So I could do a faux hawk again.
Do you ever have a beard?
I do, but I don't really like it. I don't really like beard for me. I'm more of a straight, I like clean shaven. Clean shaven, yeah.
How does the beard come in?
I mean, it comes in patchy sometimes.
Okay,
so it doesn't, it comes in, but it comes in patchy.
Well, I'm sure they do hair transplants for faces and Turkey too.
Sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
You get your whole face and head transplanted.
Of course. They're advanced there.
Well, I love that you are embracing the bald. It looks really good on you.
Thank you. I mean, I think if the more we hide about ourselves rather than just be, right? That really shows. I mean, I preach authenticity to my friends because I lead by example. I want to be authentic and make sure if I'm doing something inauthentic, then what the hell am I? What value do I have? Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to I want to make sure to walk the walk rather than talk the talk.
I love that. I think, as much as we've been excited about the advice to give you, and I think there's a lot of action items to take forward from this that I hope you implement into your dating life.
Oh, definitely.
You also bring so much to the table, and I'm sure there is another caffeineless, cocaineless, high energy, techno dancing girl out there for you. It's just a matter of, I think, you continuing to meet people, talking to people, and finding her.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I think nothing happens by accident, right? So
maybe she's here in Austin at this techno music festival.
At Seismic? Yeah, maybe she is. Who knows?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of music and improv and comedy scene in Austin, which all seem like interests of yours. So you never know.
But I've never had a sense of belonging until I moved to Chicago. I lived in Schittsburg, also known as Pittsburgh. And I started improv there. But I started improv because I visited friends and they're like, you're unfiltered and committed, so you should absolutely do this. And I was visiting them in Chicago. But I enjoy the aspect of blind collaboration, right? So like, I'm literally just agreeing to what you said, just listening to what you said and building on it. And we build magic.
Do you have friends here that you came with?
I have friends that live here. I literally lives like down the street.
Are
too.
they going with you to the techno
thing?
thing?
Absolutely.
So you're going with a group of people.
I'll be with a group of people, yeah, but I'll go on my own.
Were you concerned he was here and just gonna be like fist pumping alone on the dance floor?
Getting to that. Yeah. I was wondering if that's what we were doing here.
If that was the vibe.
If you flew into Austin to go to a techno concert, rave, party by yourself. I was really curious if that's what we were doing, but it's not. It's not. You're going with a group of friends. Great. Okay, then I'm not worried about you.
We'll be following up. Salim, thank you so much for being open and honest and sharing.
Of course.
Lauren, thank you for your mic drops of great advice.
Seriously.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me anywhere at I am Lauren Compton or my podcast First Date at YMH Studios.
Lauren has a great podcast, so check her out as well. Salim, Lauren, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.